What's up, Bills Mafia, and welcome back to the channel. It's week 4 of the NFL season, and our Buffalo Bills are gearing up for a big one at Highmark Stadium. On September 28, 2025, the 3-0 Bills take on the 0-3 New Orleans Saints in their first 1 p.m. home game of the season. I'm your host, your name, and today we're diving into the 3 keys to a Bills victory that could keep Buffalo's perfect record alive. The Bills are favored by a whopping 16.5 points, but don't sleep on the Saints. They've got playmakers like Alvin Kamara, and Buffalo hasn't beaten New Orleans at home since 1983. Can Josh Allen and the crew flip the script? We're breaking down the critical areas Buffalo needs to dominate to secure the W. From fixing their third down defense to shutting down the run game, we've got you covered. So, grab your wings, smash that like button, and let's get into it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more Bills content all season long. Let's set the scene. The Buffalo Bills are rolling into Week 4 with a pristine 3-0 record, looking like one of the AFC's top dogs. Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level, and the Bills Mafia is bringing the noise at Highmark Stadium. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints are struggling at 0-3, with a first-year starting quarterback in Spencer Rattler who's had his share of growing pains. But don't count them out. New Orleans has talent, especially with running back Alvin Kamara, who torched Buffalo for 106 yards and a touchdown the last time these teams met in 2017. This is a golden opportunity for the Bills to keep their momentum going. They're heavy favorites, but history isn't on their side. Buffalo hasn't beaten the Saints at home since 1983. That's a 42-year drought. With a raucous home crowd and a favorable matchup, this could be the year they break that streak. But to do it, they'll need to execute in 3 critical areas. Let's break them down one by one, starting with a defensive flaw that's been glaring at home this season. Show clips of Josh Allen highlights and Kamara's 2017 performance. First up, the Bills have to fix their third down defense, especially at home. Right now, Buffalo has the worst third down defense in the NFL when playing at Highmark Stadium, allowing opponents to convert a brutal 61% of the time. That's not going to cut it if they want to dominate teams like the Saints. When you're letting teams stay on the field over half the time on third down, you're giving their offense way too many chances to make plays and control the game's tempo. Why is this happening? Part of it comes down to execution. The Bills' defense, led by guys like Matt Milano and Taron Johnson, is talented, but they've struggled to get stops when it matters most. Whether it's miscommunication in the secondary or failing to get pressure on the quarterback, teams have been able to move the chains far too easily. Last week, we saw opponents exploit this weakness, and it kept games closer than they should have been. The good news: the Saints give Buffalo a chance to right the ship. New Orleans faced a similar hostile environment last week against the Seattle Seahawks and converted just 5 of 15 third downs, a 33% clip. That's a much friendlier matchup for Buffalo's defense. Spencer Rattler, the Saints' rookie QB, is still finding his footing in the NFL. He's shown flashes of potential but has been inconsistent, especially under pressure. If the Bills can dial up the heat with guys like Greg Rousseau and Von Miller, they can force Rattler into tough third down situations. So, how do the Bills improve? First, they need to focus on generating pressure on third downs to disrupt Rattler's rhythm. Blitzing effectively and mixing coverages will keep the Saints guessing. Second, tightening up their zone coverage is key. Too many third down conversions have come from soft spots in the defense. Players like Rasul Douglas and Christian Benford need to lock down receivers, forcing incomplete passes or tough throws. The crowd at Highmark Stadium can also play a role. The Bills Mafia's noise can disrupt the Saints' offensive cadence, leading to false starts or miscommunications on third downs. If Buffalo can get New Orleans off the field at a 30-40% conversion rate, they'll control the game's flow and give their offense more opportunities to shine. Next, let's talk about the offense. The Bills need to lean on Josh Allen's arm and make the passing game efficient. Last week, the Saints' defense showed vulnerability through the air. Seattle's Sam Darnold carved them up, completing 14 of 18 passes for over 12 yards per attempt and a near-perfect 154 passer rating. That's the kind of performance Buffalo should aim for. Now, I'm not saying Josh Allen needs to chuck it deep every play. In fact, efficiency is the name of the game here. The Saints have been stout against the run, allowing just 2.6 yards per carry against Seattle. That means trying to pound the rock with James Cook or Latavius Murray might be tough sledding. Instead, Buffalo should exploit New Orleans' secondary with quick, precise passes. Allen's ability to read defenses and make smart decisions will be critical. The Saints' secondary, led by players like Marshawn Lattimore, is talented but has shown cracks. Short and intermediate routes to guys like Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, and Dalton Kincaid could open up the field. Allen's mobility also adds a dimension. Scrambling for first downs or hitting receivers on the move can keep drives alive.